Suggestion number 6. Implement a timeout. Now the blocking system calls in Linux, such as read, do not time out and they will potentially block forever. So the idea here is to use the interval timer to generate a SIG alarm signal to force the system call to return and implement a timeout. This relies on us installing the signal handler in such a way that system calls are not restarted after a signal occurs. Let's have a look at this in action. What we're trying to do here is to implement a function that will read an integer value from standard input, that is, from the keyboard, and return it, but with a timeout feature, so that the function returns -1 if the user doesn't input any data within a specified number of seconds. Here's the function. It takes the timeout value in seconds as an argument. First, it installs a handler called TimeOut handler to handle SIG alarm signals. The TimeOut handler is up at the top, it's just an empty function. Notice that we set the flags argument to 0 so that the system calls are not automatically restarted if a signal is received. That's essential if this is going to behave the way we want it to. Next, the alarm call starts an interval timer that will generate a SIG alarm after a specified number of seconds. Then we wait for a line of input. As soon as the call is returned, we call alarm 0 to cancel the timer. Now the question is, did we return from the read because of the signal? If so, we return -1 to our caller. Otherwise, we convert the string to an integer and return that. Notice that the program won't behave correctly if the user actually enters the value -1. Coming down into the main program, we enter a loop. Each time around the loop, we prompt for input. Notice the call to F-flush there. This ensures that the message actually makes it to the screen. Since the output doesn't end with a new line, it may not get flushed immediately unless we specifically ask for it. Then we call tGetNum with a timeout of 5 seconds. If it returns -1, we print a timed out message, otherwise we print the value that the user entered. Let's try running this. And we'll enter a number and another one, and then this time I'll just sit back and let it time out. There it goes. So we'll enter one more number and then I'll sit back and let it time out a second time. Okay,